At Jefferson High, being invisible was a skill, and Emily Rose had perfected it. She walked the halls like a shadow, hoodie up, eyes down, backpack hugging her chest like armor. 17, soft-spoken, with a tremble in her voice and scars too deep for the eye to see, Emily had become used to surviving the school day without being seen or heard. Her family had moved to this small Texas town only a few months ago. Her dad, Pastor John Rose, had accepted a position at the local church, hoping the change of scenery would help Emily recover from the trauma she'd faced at her last school. But no matter the zip code, high school cruelty seemed to follow her like a storm cloud. At first, things seemed fine. Emily kept to herself, spent lunch breaks in the library, and never made eye contact. But in a place like Jefferson High, silence didn't protect you. It painted a target on your back. And that target caught the attention of the worst kind of predators. Tyler Morrison, Chad Daniels, and Marcus Lee, the self-proclaimed kings of the senior class. Football players with too much arrogance and too little discipline. They were loud, brash, and dangerous in ways teachers didn't want to acknowledge. To them, Emily wasn't a person. She was a game. It started with name-calling. "Church mouse," Tyler whispered when she passed. Then it escalated, accidentally bumping into her, stealing her sketchbook, laughing when she flinched. They got a thrill from her fear. And the more Emily shrank, the more they chased. She told no one. Not her parents, not her teachers, not even Rachel, the only classmate who ever sat beside her in chemistry. Emily had already spent too much of her life being dismissed. She didn't want to hear "boys will be boys" again. But deep down, she was unraveling. Every day, she looked at herself in the mirror and barely recognized the girl staring back. She wasn't living, she was just existing. Until the day she stopped. It happened in the empty art hallway on a Friday. Most students had already gone home. Emily had stayed late to turn in her sketchbook for extra credit. Her chest felt lighter for once. Ms. Kramer had praised her work, said she had real talent. For a moment, Emily believed it. She didn't hear them coming. Footsteps pounded behind her, fast. Then a shove, her back hit a locker. "Hey, where you going, church mouse?" Tyler's voice slithered into her ear. Before she could react, his hand reached forward and grabbed her chest. Emily froze. Her eyes widened, her body locked in panic. She couldn't breathe, couldn't scream. Chad laughed. Marcus blocked the hallway. "You're real quiet now," Chad sneered. "Let's see what you really sound like." Then something inside her snapped. Not fear. Not rage. Resolve. Emily dropped her sketchbook and everything changed. Her body moved before her mind caught up. She grabbed Tyler's wrist with both hands, twisted it backward just like Mrs. Hayes had taught her in Krav Maga class, and slammed her knee into his gut. He collapsed, gasping. Chad lunged. Emily ducked, pivoted, and swept his legs with a low spin. He crashed to the ground, his head bouncing off the linoleum with a thud. Marcus hesitated, but only for a second too long. Emily surged forward, elbowing him in the chest, then shoving him back with such force that he stumbled into the wall and slid down, stunned. 3 bodies on the floor. One shy girl standing tall. Breathless. Shaking. But standing. Then came the aftermath. A student from down the hall had seen the end and filmed it. Within hours, the video had spread across the school. On Monday, Emily became a trending name at Jefferson High. Some called her a hero. Others called her a freak. Teachers were divided. Principal Callahan called in her parents, reviewed security footage, and sat in silence for a long time afterward. Tyler's father threatened to sue until the footage clearly showed what his son had done. Tyler, Chad, and Marcus were suspended pending investigation. Later, charges were filed. Sexual assault. Harassment. Battery. The school board issued a public apology. Emily, meanwhile, faced something deeper than legal battles. She faced herself. Healing wasn't immediate. But it began. For the first time, Emily sat with a school counselor and really talked about everything. Her past. Her silence. Her fear of being touched. Her nightmares. Each session unburdened her, piece by piece. Rachel, the girl from chemistry, sat beside her at lunch the following week and said softly, "What you did was brave." Emily began walking taller, little by little. She started helping Mrs. Hayes at the self-defense center. Not just practicing. Teaching. She stood in front of younger girls, some as small and scared as she used to be, and said, "They wanted me to be quiet. To freeze. But I learned that silence doesn't protect you. Strength isn't about being loud. It's about knowing who you are, and not letting anyone take that away from you." Emily Rose never wanted to be famous. She wanted to be safe. Whole. Seen. And in standing up for herself, she gave countless others the courage to stand too. She still draws. Still listens to worship music while painting in her room. But her art has changed. Now, her canvases are full of fire, a reflection of the girl she always was beneath the fear. Because in the end, Emily didn't become someone else. She became who she truly was all along. And that's the fiercest victory of all.